Hello, I am Bentham, and welcome back to Dragonstone in Kingdoms and Castles. Our hamlet is coming along quite nicely, but we need to worry about invasions from the enemy Vikings. I think they're just called raiders in the games, but I've heard them called Vikings, so now in my head they're Vikings. And also maybe dragons. Dragons might attack at some point, that's the thing that can happen. Currently, we need a lot more stone in order to make some more walls, so I think what we'll do is set up a second quarry. We currently have a house in... Actually, I was going to say under construction, but nothing is happening with it. We may currently have our 20 people entirely assigned, so nothing much is happening. Yeah, I think that might have happened. So... who should we unassign? Well, the harvest is just finished for this, so I think we can get away with shutting this down for a while. Yeah, we're drowning in food. So we'll shut down that orchard for the moment. These guys can get on with building stuff. We've still got no one idle, but I think that's because they've immediately become builders, so that's fine. So once they get this built, we'll have more people available, and then we can man that orchard again, and have some more people spare for other work. None so fit to stay when people visited the kingdom. That's because there's no room. Don't complain about the place not being pleasant. We're out of space. I've been trying to twist their words. They probably didn't say anything. They said, hey, can we stay? And we're like, no, you can't. Sorry. Inn's full. So if we build a town square, we could throw festivals. I'm sure the peasants would like that. It took too long to store the harvest. Some was ruined by the winter. Improving paths to a granary would help. Yeah, that's too far away. We probably want to expand our farming operations here a bit more, especially in this area. So building a dedicated granary for these farms would be a good idea. Work is slowly progressing. Also, I've noticed that the music can be a little bit loud, so I'm going to try and stay a little bit more zoomed out to try and sort it. That's the issue. Like, I was trying to balance the music with my voice in, like, some test recordings before I started the series, but it's like, when it's so variable based on how zoomed in you are, it's really hard to do. Because it's like, oh yeah, it sounds fine when I'm like this, and then you're like, ooh, let's look really closely at this well, and now it's suddenly really loud. Actually, it's really sort of relaxing music at the moment, so it's not so bad, but it can get really loud at times. And then you zoom fully out, and it's like, now it's completely silent. Can't hear anything anymore. It's a little bit awkward to deal with, but we'll go with this. And we now have this house built, and we already have people coming in. Let's reactivate the orchard ready. I don't know if we're going to struggle for food, but might as well, like, stay at max food because it's always better. Work's going well on the construction of this tower. We've also got plenty more stone available so that we can do a bit more work in that respect, but we should probably still set up a extra quarry. So we can at least stock up some stone so in emergencies we can build a lot of walls very quickly. And of course build a road to connect it up. Don't know if it needed it or not, but it'll speed things up slightly, so it's always good. 25 people so far. Could do with a bit more. I think we still don't have enough people to properly be assigned to absolutely everything and have a couple left over for construction, but as the years go by, more people will turn up. We're already at year 19. This is crazy. Kids could have been born and grown to adulthood in this village, except that mechanic doesn't currently exist. There we go. Looks like work is finished on this, and now I want to build it a little bit bigger, because the idea was to have it 3 tall. See, there we go. Something I forgot to mention last episode is that the height of the towers is important in the defenses you put in, and the music's just got louder, so I'm going to zoom out a bit more. The higher the tower is, the longer range any weaponry that you put on it will be, but the lower accuracy, I believe. There's 2 kinds of defenses, an archer tower and a ballista tower. Ballista tower does significantly more damage, but requires more people to man it and more supplies to build it. In fact, in order to build any of these, we need gold, and for gold, we need to build a throne room so that we can tax our peasants. I'm very sorry about this, peasants, but it's the only way. We need it for the defense of the realm. We must charge you a bunch of money. So we need 50 stone for that, so we'll get back to that. Peasants, would you please first work on mining loads of stone so that we can build a building from which to tax you? Probably shouldn't have told them what it was for. Anyway. Seems that we have these fully manned now, both of them, so we should get plenty of stone coming in. For the moment, this tower will just sort of sit here, being towery. Hopefully no one will get pushed out of it. Does seem like a very Game of Thronesy thing, this. Thing is now, I've got to sort of build it like Dragonstone, but Dragonstone is like on the edge of a cliff and a massive towering thing with no sort of... It's got, like, you don't see any buildings anywhere around it. It's just a giant stone thing. So I don't know how I could build that. King's Landing is easy to do. You just build a bunch of walls and then fill it with houses. And then a couple of farms outside somewhere. On the next continent over, if possible. Well, maybe not quite continent. Kingdom, anyway. Nearly up to the 32 people we can now house. I don't know how that's going to do with food. Food still seems to be fine at the moment, though. Do I think... Do we just come out of winter? I don't know. I keep losing track of, like, what... I wish there was sort of, like, a season indicator, because it's like, at the moment, all you know is when it's winter, because it snows. And otherwise, you got no idea. Stone supply doing very well, and we have 4 idle people, and we'll have 7 eventually, so more work on walls is needed, I think. Except we do have to worry about the throne room. We've got just enough to work on that, so maybe we should do that first. Alright. Now, where to build it? It's nice to have it as a sort of extension off the main building. It can actually be built anyway, but it makes more sense if we do it like this. And I think there is one building that is 2x3, and there's one that's 2x2, and then there's this one that's 1x1, so... There, perhaps? And perhaps back here somewhere. I don't want to put it right on the edge. We sort of want to have a road through here, maybe, because we want to have walls here. Defensive purposes and such. We perhaps put this a little bit too far north. Maybe putting it here would have been better, even though this is fertile land. I've just built houses on it anyway, so it doesn't really matter, as it turns out. I think I'm too indecisive about this. This is the problem. I'm just going to build it here and suffer the consequences. It looks a little bit awkward. Oh, also, when this happens, the walls get built up. So it doesn't look awkward, because I was going to say it was backing onto nothing, but now the keep is bigger, so it backs onto the walls of the keep. So that works. There we go. I don't think the upgrading actually means anything in particular. Maybe it can store more food now or something. It's merely just to demonstrate that, you know, we're going up in the world. We are now a small village. We have expanded. We need to be, like, actually, Dragonstone wasn't really like that big a settlement, I think. It was just that the castle was massive, so we don't have to go crazy in terms of population in order to live up to the name. The issue is that we might live up to the name in terms of being attacked by lots of dragons. It would be nice to tame some. That's always cool. But, I think we're the wrong people for that. I think the dragons just want to murder us, unfortunately. Right, now the stone that we have remaining, we can be sure is available for working on walls. So I think I'm going to make a big old wall here. Maybe there? No, we want some room for the quarries. So along here, it does cover a little bit of a particularly nice land, but there's more of it around here, and it's at a bit of an awkward spot anyway. So we are stretching ourselves a little bit, I think. We might struggle to cover all the bases, but I want to start here. Maybe we could have done... Oh, but we probably want to have walls running along the back of this at one point in the future anyway. Now we should work out where we want to have our gates, because that does matter. We'll end up deconstructing stuff later if we don't plan it out now. This road is probably going to keep running this way because it's going to have some farms off here and stuff. Some random thing there, I don't know what. Oh no, it'll be quarries here actually. In fact, I sort of blocked it off a bit by putting this in place, but it was such a good bit of land, I had to put the orchard there. I had no choice. We can have a second road running out as well, probably not a bad idea. Maybe right here, and then we can build some farms here without too much trouble. Then we have a fairly nice line. It doesn't quite line up perfectly, actually. Which is a shame. If this was one over, it would work, but... yeah, we're already building it. Let's expand these out a little bit more. One there. And we're out of stone, I think. Yeah, we're not allowed any more building yet. Gotta wait for more to be made. Come on, guys, get on with it. Got 8 here working on it already. I don't want to build one there, because it would be really awkward for people moving around the kingdom. If we build a town square, we can throw festivals. Okay, I'll work on it. He keeps pestering me about that. Oh, this would be a good spot for it, actually. Houses next to the town square, like, get bonuses, so that's perfect. Yeah, let's stick it here. What's it made of, actually? Because we don't want to use up stupid amounts of supplies. Let's use 10 stone, but that's alright. You know, I want to treat my subjects. we can hold some festivals and they can have some nice time off or whatever. What now? They'd enjoy a tavern. Oh, look, I've just built them a town centre thing, and immediately you're like, hey, we should get a tavern. Hold your horses. We need to be alive. That's the important thing. We need to make sure we got farms and defensive walls. For now, a town centre will do. No one's working on it. Oh, because they're working on the walls. I think. Yeah, there's people moving around. Sending stuff to stockpiles. Let's speed up for a while, because we need to build up more of a supply of stone. So we can work on the walls a bit more. There we go, a bunch of builders arrived. Practically an army of them. Except they're waiting on more stuff. I think was there a bunch of guys just sat there not doing anything while they waited for someone else to deliver the stuff? Shoddy work. Need more discipline. There we go. More walls. Keep it going. And we should probably extend out the roads to meet the walls. There we go. We'll have to have a couple of roads going across here so we can actually build stuff in these gaps. But we'll work that all out when we get to it. There we go, this is ready. For 25 gold we can hold a festival, though at the moment we have no gold, but we can acquire some. Because we now have this ready, it's been ready for a while but I sort of forgot about it. But we can set the tax rate to 1 gold. And immediately everyone will get really angry at me. It's not too bad, happiness only dropped by like 6 or something. It's fine, what are you saying? Everyone is happy and content. Raise taxes. Already done. More food than we need, than we could possibly use. It's always nice to see. It's always nice when you give me, like, bad news that's actually really just good news. It's like, yeah, oh, we've got so much food. Oh, it's so terrible. How bad is it? Oh, we should do something about it. When that's all your advisor has to say, you know your kingdom's doing alright. There we go. And then we can get some gateways in place. But I think, yeah, they use 40 stone. They're expensive. Maybe having 2 of them was a bad idea. Perhaps a little bit extravagant, but it'll look nice. And if something happens to one gate, the other gate will work? I don't know. Something like that. And soon we'll work on more housing. But we need to actually get some defensive stuff in place. Gold is now increasing. Once we get to 20, we can build our first archer tower. Once these walls are properly... Oh. Lightning striking again. I think I might still have the volume a little bit high on that. Oh, there we go. We had one of our fields flood there. So yeah, that can happen. And it just becomes completely useless for that year. And the worker still sits there. Don't know what he's doing. He just spends the entire year going, oh, it's flooded. Oh, no. And he doesn't do anything about it. He could at least, like, I don't know, bail it out or something. Might help a bit. He just waits for the next harvest and then carries on. Food store is still pretty good. I think they were at full when we brought the harvest in. Wasn't paying attention though. Ooh, stone's doing great. Right, time to get our gates made. Look at this fancy stuff. Seems like for the moment the gates are a little bit big relative to the walls. I should build that out by 1 more to make it look nice. Let's do that. It's a little bit expensive, but... Where is it? We can build up here. It's 50 stone. It's steep. Maybe it's a bit extravagant for this early on. But I really want it. Oh crap, we got fire. We got fire. Slow down. Right, lightning struck the orchard and now it's on fire. But luckily it's right next to water, so I think they were able to just immediately put it out from there. But I was forgetting about wells. We do need to pay attention to that. I wonder where a good spot for a well is. We always want to put it on like a useless tile, like one of the barren ones. There would be good, but we want to build a quarry there later. In fact, we want to build a quarry there later. I keep forgetting. I keep building roads right in front of them. It's terrible. What do you reduced our stone mining capability there by doing that? Whole keep should have been across by a square. I didn't think of it. And then we could have built the walls right off it. It would have looked really cool. Oh. Hindsight is 2020. Sire, I'll bet the peasants would enjoy a tavern. I'd enjoy that too. Yeah, I know you would. Stop plumbing. Give me impartial advice, damn it. Instead of being like, hey, I'm thirsty. Come on, build us a tavern. Come on, no. Got work to do. There we go, build a pier. All of our stone. I want it to look nice. It's important. There's our first gateway. Yeah, the gateway is sort of comically large relative to the walls when you don't have them properly set up yet. Other one is being worked on. We're getting there. They're having to go quite a way to deliver it because the stockpile's over there, so fair enough to them. But there we go, that's ready. And now they should get it to work with that. I think it takes forever. Yeah, it's definitely going to take forever with how much it needs. Well, we'll leave them to it. Maybe we can get some construction of more houses underway. I mean, we've got an empty square there that we've not got anything particularly to do with. We could build a hovel in it. I don't know if it's a good idea to continue to build the small houses or whether it just makes sense to build the largest ones available. We can build a manor now. Yeah, they require gold to make, but they also require a supply of charcoal. At the moment, I don't think anything requires charcoal. Let's see. Doesn't mention anything here about it. That's all the sort of happiness stuff, by the way, and the supplies and things. Happiness is doing okay at the moment, considering the taxes. Gold is going quite nicely. Food is excellent as well. We're struggling to bring in the harvest. Shut up about that tavern! Crying out loud, give me some other advice. Anything. Oh, there we go, the pier is complete. And now we can build that one extra castle block to make it look nice. And then I'll be happy. And then we got plenty of stone to work on expanding the defenses. Let's go through it now. Let's get this up to 3. And this one too. And then I think get these all up to 2 as well, just so that they look nicer, as much as anything else. I don't think, like, when it comes to actually scaling walls, I don't think that can happen. The only thing that can happen is the walls being knocked down, and so I don't know if it matters how high the wall is. Whatever it is, they won't climb over it. Just try and take it out, but larger ones may take, like, more hits than the smaller ones or something. I don't know how easy it is for them to actually get to these where they are. I mean, I guess they can go out the... No, they're going this way. And they sort of sneak into the corner there. They're fine. Here, they've got a little bit to navigate around. I don't know how well they're doing with this. At the moment, they're just focusing on this one. But yeah, the reason, like, that I'm just focusing on the wall building and I haven't put any towers in yet is that I'm pretty sure that the enemy only attacks once you reach a population of 50, which is also the reason why I haven't been expanding the population. So I'm sort of being slightly cheaty and not triggering attacks happening until I'm happy with the wall situation. Means the building's going to take a while because don't have as many people as we could. I mean, I think if we put another house in, we'll still be under 50. But I worry that maybe it's not 50 and it's like 40 or something instead. Or it's like a probability-based thing, and the more people we get, the more likely this will be attacked. What are these guys here for? Do these require people to man them? Oh, they probably do, because they'll have to, like... You need a gatekeeper to shut the gate in case of an attack, so that makes sense. So yeah, these are expensive to have. I really should have probably just done one, and then I could have done it in the middle, and we wouldn't have had to mess about with making the stuff different widths and things. But anyway, we're making good progress on this. Work's nearly done. If you're going to tell me about the... No! I'm not paying any attention to you anymore if you're just going to tell me about the tavern every time. Stop it. What else is there to build apart from the tavern? I guess a windmill. Probably should have built that a little bit sooner. They're quite good for boosting the food production farms. Because we don't need any more food at the moment, I'll not build it right now, but something to remember. The baker as well, I think, can help with food situations. Ooh, we could make a charcoal maker. That would be good, just so we can start stocking up on that for when we need it. We're really drowning in wood right now, so not a bad idea. I don't think there's anything else in particular we urgently want. Oh, one of the roads is on fire. Put it out, guys. Shouldn't be too bad. It's not that far from the well. Oh, the house is on fire. Please put that out. It's right next to the well. Piece of cake. There we go. It's fine. Nothing actually exploded, which is always nice. And I've forgotten what I was going to build. Oh, it was a charcoal maker. Let's build it right here. I mean, we could build it by the wood things. Makes more sense because it's made of wood. But this is going to be a... No, we'll build it up here, actually, because I can put a hovel there, and it'll look nice. Looks of the things are important. So yeah, we'll put it right by the wood place, and hopefully that will help with efficiency. And it'll actually take the wood from there to there, and not just take it over there, and then bring it back up again. So we need to extend the roads by a square. And I see someone running off that way. I'm not sure if they're operating it in the way I was hoping. They're bringing over the charcoal. Going back over, taking the... Yeah, they're not taking the wood from one to the other. It was a bad idea. I should have just put the charcoal maker down here somewhere. Ah, well. We'll now slowly build up a supply of charcoal for when we find something that actually needs it. Such as the larger houses. And what I'll do is I'll put a hovel here, because it'll look nice. Also, the houses get bonuses for having neighbours, so... There's a +8 happiness bonus. Does this one have it? Yes, it does. Excellent. So the corners count, which is always good. They also get a bonus for the town square and the well. And, oh, because they have charcoal available, I guess, so maybe that does matter and I just wasn't paying attention. Road access. Being taxed is a major negative for them, but overall, happiness is pretty high. Right, this is all completely done. We need to work on it some more. Let's get everything up to 2. And then see how that looks. And maybe we'll extend these to 4. The thing is that you got to pay attention to the trade-off of accuracy and range, because if I build some really high towers and then put like a couple of archery things on, they'll like shoot the enemy wherever they are, but they'll never hit them, and that would be quite bad. It's quite a big building project for them to get on with. Come on, guys. Actually, work on the house first so that we can get more people in. Yeah, I think I need to expand a bit more. I've been deliberately stagnating to avoid the enemy attacks, and so in the end, we didn't have the enemy attack this episode, like I expected. So, next episode we'll start expanding, and then if the enemy comes and they murder some of us, then we'll learn our lessons and build more walls. Because at the moment, we're building a really good defense here, and nowhere else. Because I'm bad at this. Also, we've had another field flood. Food is... actually, it's not so great now. Are we about to have winter? Is the... Oh yeah, I think the harvest is just coming in now, so it's about to go back up to 250. Is it going to make it to 250? Close enough. Yeah, I think our food is still absolutely fine. But with that, I shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.